What's up everyone, Kawaii here to tell you guys about the fall 2023 anime I'll be watching. Yes, it's been, I feel like quite a while since I've done one of these videos. So yeah, for those of you who haven't seen me do this before, I am not one of those people. I'm not one of those anime reactors or any tubers that goes on my anime list or live chart and talks about every single anime on the list. What I do is I only talk about the anime that I'll be watching. I picked out anime I'm going to watch beforehand. This video is just me telling you guys what I'll be watching, read the synopsis for each series, telling you guys why I'll be watching them, and giving my overall first impressions on each series. So, also stick around to the end of the video, because that's when I'll be telling you guys what I'm thinking about reacting to for the fall season. So yeah, other than that, without further ado, let's get to it. As usual, I'm going to start off by talking about the Season 2s, the Season 3s, the prequels, the sequels I'm going to be watching. And for the fall season, I'm only going to be watching 2, if you include a spinoff. And yeah, just by hearing that, I'm sure you guys can probably figure out what I'm talking about. But if you don't count spinoffs, then I'm only going to be watching 1 sequel. And that would be, and the first one is Spy X Family Season 2. To be honest, at first I wasn't originally planning on watching this. Like, at first I didn't really want to watch Spy X Family Season 2, mainly because I never really considered myself like a big Spy X Family fan. Like, I enjoyed the series, but it's not like something that I would be, you know, super hyped for. I mean, season core 2 didn't really do me any favors. But however, I did hear that season 2, like the arc for season 2 was gonna be pretty fucking good. So honestly, I feel like that's just worth checking out, you know, just because of that alone. Yeah, I mean, I did hear good things about, well, maybe that's an understatement, but yeah, I did hear a lot of positive things about this arc. So yeah, let's see how it goes. And the spin-off I'm going to be watching is, of course, Hanako-kun. What I believe is like the 4 10-minute shorts from this series. Honestly, I would prefer season 2. But you know what? It's more Hanako-kun. I fucking loved first season. In fact, I consider the first season to be my anime of the season. Not just my anime of the season, but my anime of the year. Back in, I believe, what, 2020? Damn. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's more Hanako-kun. I mean, I'm definitely welcome to that. In fact, this is probably the anime I'm, like, even though these are just a group of shorts, this is probably the anime I'm most looking forward to the fall season. Like, if I have to name like one series that I am looking forward to the most, it would probably be this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the season 2s and the sequels and all that. So let's move on to the season 1s. First up on the list is So no Frieren. The Demon King has been defeated, and the victorious hero party returns before disbanding. The 4, Mage Frieren, Hero Himmel, Priest Hater, and Warrior Eisen reminisce about their decade-long journey as the moment to bid each other farewell arrives. But the passing of time is different for elves. Thus, Frieren witnesses her companions slowly pass away one by one. Before her death, Hater manages to force a young human apprentice called Fern onto Frieren. Driven by the elf's passion for collecting a myriad of magic spells, the pair embarks on a seemingly aimless journey, reminiscing the places that the heroes of yore had visited. Along their travel, Frieren slowly confronts her regards of missed opportunities to form deeper bonds with her now deceased comrades. So yeah, after watching this and seeing the PV, this does look pretty interesting, especially from the PV. I have actually heard quite a bit of talk and quite a bit of hype surrounding this series, so yeah, I'm going to give this a shot. It doesn't seem like, you know, other, you know, fantasy type anime that we've gotten in the past. Also, looking back on this now, reading the synopsis again, something interesting I just picked up. Apparently Free Ren, she witnesses her comrades, dying one by one of old age, while Free Ren is still, because she's an elf, she's still alive. She outlives all of her comrades who are not elves. I feel like this might be the first anime that I've seen that actually, properly tackles like the consequences of like an elf's like high lifespan. Because in other anime I've seen, it's like, oh hey, here's this cute ass elf that just so happens to be hundreds and thousands of years old, have fun with her. They don't really like, the elf is like 1,000 years old and then they don't do anything with it. Here, they actually do something with it. So, yeah, I think that's actually interesting now that I think about it. I'm wondering if they're gonna, tackle more of that as the series progresses. But yeah, next anime on the list is The Apothecary Diaries. In an imperial court in ancient China, it's been a few months since a 17-year-old girl known as Mao Mao was kidnapped and forced to work as a low-level servant at the emperor's palace. Still, she manages to retain her curious and pragmatic spirit, planning to work until her years of servitude are over. One day, however, she catches wind of the fact that the emperor's 2 infants have fallen gravely ill. She decides to secretly take action, drawing on her experience as a pharmacist raised in a poor red light district. Despite Mao Mao's attempts to remain anonymous, she soon catches the eye of Jinshi, an influential eunuch who recognizes her talents. Mao Mao soon finds herself in the emperor's inner court, where she gradually makes a name for herself by utilizing her knowledge and eccentric personality to solve various medical mysteries. Now, to be honest, the synopsis of this series doesn't really impress me all that much. However, the main thing that has caught my interest about this series, and I'm pretty sure this rings true for a lot of other people, is the PV and the production value, which seems amazing. Like the visuals and everything, like just judging from the PV, it looks absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I feel like I have to watch it just for the production value and the visuals alone. So yeah, I'll be giving this a shot. Next up on the list is Undead Unluck by Studio David Production. After reading the conclusion of her favorite manga series, Fuko Izumo finally feels ready to end her existence. For the past 10 years, Fuko has been afflicted by a condition that brings extreme misfortune to anyone who touches her. This has had a drastic effect on her surroundings, even inadvertently resulting in the deaths of those around her, including her parents, as she stands on a bridge above train tracks. Fuko is touched by a strange man, causing the footing underneath him to break and dropping him in front of an oncoming train. However, when Fuko finds the man's corpse, she discovers that his body is regenerating and that he is coming back to life. The man, who Fuko names Andy, is immortal, and like her, he also wishes for death. Initially dismissive, Fuko eventually decides to team up with Andy to give him the best death possible. But a mysterious organization lurks in the shadows, hoping to take advantage of the duo's bizarre abilities. So yeah, this seems to be like fall anime's like resident shonen. Like, just judging from the synopsis and the PV, which looks definitely fun and action-packed and all that. Yeah, this is probably gonna be like the big shonen, the big season shonen, for the fall season. And because of that, I have to watch this. Alright, next anime on the list, I believe, would be this anime, Hamano Hashi. Despite lacking the skills suited for his role on the Metropolitan Police Department investigation team, Totomaru Ishiki wants to solve murders and help people. Following the advice of one of his seniors, he ventures out to enlist the aid of the reclusive Ron Kamonohashi. 5 years ago, Ron was the most promising detective from the illustrious Detective Training Academy Blue. Yet for reasons unknown to the public, he sank into obscurity. Totomaru expects a well-dressed, composed man, but what he gets is a messy-haired and uninhibited eccentric. After years in solitude, Ron barely resembles his former self, and he refuses to even hear out the detective. However, as quickly as Ron rebuffs, he flips on a dime and dives headfirst into the current serial murder case. The true reason Ron withdrew from the detective world was not for lack of desire, but rather from something out of his control, and Totomaru might just be the key for his return to his former calling. Together, the wide-eyed officer and deranged detective tackle each mystery that come their way. So yeah, like many other detective thriller type anime, I had to give this a shot, just from the premise and all that. Since and Undead Girl Murder Farce is ending this season, I feel like, I'm hoping at least, that this will satisfy my detective thriller niche. So yeah, next anime on the list would probably be, here we go, yes, Ragna Crimson. Oh wait, no, it would be this anime, 100 Girlfriends. Oh boy. Upon graduating middle school, Rentaro Aijo manages to confess to the girl he loves. Unfortunately, he gets rejected, making it his 100th rejection in a row. Having experienced heartbreak after heartbreak, he goes to a matchmaking shrine and prays with the hope of finally getting a girlfriend in high school. Suddenly, the god of the shrine appears, promising Rentaro that he will meet 100 soulmates in high school. Although skeptical at first, Rentaro quickly acknowledges the truth behind the gods' words when two of his soulmates, Hakari Hanazono and Karane Inda, confess to him the very same day that they meet him. However, there was one detail that the god forgot to tell Rentaro. If any of his soulmates fails to get into a relationship with him, they will die. Now, trapped in a matter of life and death, Rentaro decides to date all of his soulmates, with the heart so big that it can be shared among 100 girlfriends. Rentaro makes the most of his unanticipated high school life, with the Rentaro family growing even larger. So, oh man. Well, it's a harem anime. It's a harem anime. And for some reason, I keep watching them. God's Cafe Terrace didn't do me any favors, and Quintessential Quintuplets, the non-seasonal I've been watching so far. I mean, I've been enjoying it, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite harem anime of all time or anything like that. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like revitalizing my love for the genre that I once had. Maybe this will be different? I don't know. Most likely not. But will I get some enjoyment out of this? Probably. And, well, honestly, I just feel compelled to watch this. I just feel compelled. It's a harem anime. I mean, that's pretty much how I started off watching seasonal anime in the first place. And plus, it seems interesting enough, I guess. It seems comedic enough. The trailer was, it definitely made the series out to be pretty funny, so what the hell, I'll give it a shot. Next up is Ragna Crimson. In a world where dragons rule sky, sea, and land, those who would fight them and win must surpass the limits of normal human strength. Set on victory at any cost, Dragon Hunter Ragna joins forces with the mysterious Crimson. Crimson's motivations may be obscure, but their goal is the same: to destroy the Dragon Monarchs. So yeah, basically the PV and the synopsis, they definitely look interesting. And they definitely sound interesting. And yeah, overall, I just feel like this might be a really interesting series. So yeah, I'm expecting a good, probably not as good of an action-packed time as say Undead Unluck, but you know, we got this like dark atmosphere, action fantasy type anime. And yeah, overall, it just kind of, you know, piques my interest, for lack of a better word. Yeah, I'll be giving this a shot. Next up on the list is this anime. I'm in love with the villainess. One of 2 girl love Yuri type anime that I'm going to be watching this season. Ordinary office worker Rei Ohashi wakes up in the body of the protagonist of her favorite otome game, Revolution. To her delight, the first person to greet her is also her favorite character, Claire Francois, the main antagonist of the story. Now Rei is determined to romance Claire instead of the game's male leads. Well, how will her villainous lady love react to this new courtship? So, yeah, basically, the main reason why I'm gonna be watching this is because it's a Yuri anime. It's girls love. Anytime, you know, I get one of these shows, like anytime I get a girls love a Yuri show, I have to check it out. I have to see if it's any good. The last one I checked out was Yuri as My Job, and I definitely didn't like it. So I'm hoping that I'll like this at least a little bit more. Next anime on the list is Ojo to Banken-kun, a girl and her guard dog. Isaku never asked to be the daughter of a Yakuza boss. But when her parents died in a car accident when she was 5, her gangster grandfather took her in and raised her as part of the clan. After years of being avoided by her schoolmates because of her family ties, Isaku is finally ready to make her high school debut. Live a normal life, maybe even find love. Until loyal family servant and Isaku's dedicated guardian, 26-year-old Keiya, enters high school right alongside her and vows to protect her from all of the above. Now she's got a chain-smoking, pistol-wielding knight in shining armor to deal with, and navigating high school besides? What's a young lady to do? So yeah, to be honest, I'm actually kind of reluctant to go into this series. Not because of the synopsis or the PV, both of them seem pretty interesting. The main put-off of this series for me is the art style. Now, what I'm hoping for is for the art style to warm up to me. For me to warm up to the art style as it progresses through this series. I'm hoping this art style won't be too off-putting for me. Because the premise just sounds really interesting. The premise of this rom-com type anime just sounds really interesting. And I'm really hoping that I get more accustomed to this art style as it progresses. I mean, I love Shinigami Bochan. And, you know, a lot of other, like, you know, unique art style type, unique shows with, like shows with unique art style. And I know some people are put off by the CG and Shinigami Bochan, but I absolutely love the show. So, I mean, yeah, in other words, I shouldn't let the art style of an anime, you know, put me off so much. But we'll see how it goes. Next up on the list is this show. The show with the big ass Japanese name. To be honest, I'm not even sure what the English name of this is. I'm not sure why there's no English name listed on my anime list. So yeah, I'm gonna be calling this by the first three Japanese words. Konnyaku haki sareta. and that's all I care to. That's all I'm gonna pronounce because I still don't have a lot of confidence in my Japanese pronunciation. Alan, a misanthropic wizard, lives deep within the forest. He is known as the Demon Lord and feared by those around him. One day, while living his life as a hermit, he comes across a young girl named Charlotte who has collapsed in the forest. Despite being innocent, she was accused of evil deeds, had her engagement annulled, and was forced to flee her country. When he heard that, Alan remembers the agony of being betrayed by a group he once thought was his companions. After hearing the story of the 17-year-old's exploitation, Alan decides, I'll let her live in my mansion and I'll teach her all sorts of bad things. So yeah, like a girl and her guard dog, definitely doesn't sound like the average rom-com. But this one definitely has a much more cuter art style. So yeah, I'll definitely be giving this a shot. Next up on the list is Under Ninja. A high school loner is given the part-time job of a lifetime as a modern-day ninja tasked to perform international assassinations. After World War II, Allied Command in Japan developed a new agency to help manage terrorism and violence within the Pacific region. The agency was staffed with ninja, and they were initially tasked to handle domestic affairs. Eventually, that program grew to its current form, managing 20,000 ninja across a range of domestic and international affairs. One of those ninjas happens to be Kudo. The 17-year-old high school loser is now poised to be the next line of defense against potential surge and foreign assassinations invading Tokyo. To be honest, I feel like this has one of the most interesting synopsis and PV like in this season. Like, I feel like I am the type of person like that just has to check out all these like niche anime with like these hella interesting premises. Like, whether they turn out good or bad is a different story, but like I feel like with every season, like anytime there's like this anime with like an interesting, this hella interesting premise, like just buried underneath all these more popular shows, like I had to give it a shot. And that definitely rings true with Under Ninja. Next up on the list is Hoshi's Kuzu Telepath, the other girl love anime that I'm going to be checking out this season. 15-year-old Umika Konohoshi is having a hard time socializing at school, but she hopes her words will someday reach other people. When self-proclaimed alien Yu Akeuchi enters her life, Yumika will learn more about being open. So yeah, like I said, girls love Yuri. I have to check it out. Also, judging by the PV, this show just looks cute as hell. This show just looks absolutely adorable. So yeah, I have to check this out. Next anime on the list is... Actually, I think this is probably the last anime on the list, if I'm being quite honest. That would be this anime. My daughter left the nest and returned at an S-rank adventure. After losing his leg as a newbie adventurer, he retired and returned to his hometown in the countryside, doing things such as collecting medicinal herbs, exterminating magical beasts and wild beasts, and helping with the villagers' farm work. It's hard to decide whether to call our protagonist an adventurer or a handyman. And while doing these things, his age quickly approached 30. One day, while searching the mountains for herbs, he discovered an abandoned child. Thinking that he couldn't just leave it, he took it home and raised it under his approaching 40. Until his age approached 40. His now grown-up daughter had also wanted to become an adventurer, likely from growing up watching her father. Although her father has taught her the sword since she was young for self-defense, her talent at it was quite Okay, I'm pretty sure this is fucked up. As it was quite impressive. I'm pretty sure that's what I meant to say. Thinking that it would be better for her not to be stuck out in the country for the rest of her life, our protagonist sent her to the Adventurers Guild in the capital. After another 5 years, the protagonist, now in his 40s, is still acting as a pseudo-adventurer in the countryside. However, his daughter, now a distinguished S-class adventurer, hasn't returned home even once yet. So, yeah, I think the main reason why I'm going to be watching this is mainly because of this interesting father-daughter dynamic we have going on here. It really does seem like there's like two different protagonists going on here. And like one's like a father who's this really great adventurer, and one's a daughter who's a really great adventurer. And I can't say I've seen a lot of like these types of shows with like that type of like father-daughter dynamic. So yeah, I'll be giving this a shot. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I believe that's all the anime I'm going to be watching for the fall season. As for what anime I'll be reacting to be honest, I don't know what shows people want to see reactions to. But if I had to pick a show to react to for the fall season, it would probably be the Apothecary Diaries. Maybe I'll react to Undead Unluck. But I don't know. I feel like, you know, my reactions to shows like Undead Unluck don't get a lot of views, so. But yeah, I might react to the Apothecary Diaries. Yeah, other than that, let me know what you guys are excited for the fall season. Also, if there's an anime that I glossed over in this video that you would like to recommend to me, leave it in the comment section down below. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time.